I've decided to transition from the oversaturated market of white guys doing commentary channels to the oversaturated market of white guys doing video essays. However, I'm going to have to do something to make myself stand out amongst the muck. So instead of being slightly left-leaning, I'm just going to go hard right. Here's a sneak peek of my 5-part mini-series, each an hour in length, about why Hollywood wokeness is bad.
Picture this, if you will. The year is 2023. You, as a normal, average white man, have one simple question for liberals. Why do all the gay Disney characters make me bricked up?
In the exact opposite direction of that, allow me to turn your attention to something rather old. Now, I know most people are fixated with what's going on in the present and what's happening tomorrow, and they demand that their content accommodates that, but sometimes it's fun to look at our past, to look at our roots, and see how we got to where we are. If you went around 8 years ago, you'd be easily forgiven to think that the internet or YouTube was a pristine corporate-friendly place this entire time. Well, I'm sorry to say, my friends, it really was the Wild West not that long ago. And truthfully, before the adpocalypse, triggered by a certain Swedish bloke who paid a certain group of Indians to hold up a certain not-so-nice sign, or his bridge incident, online creators, including Vine stars who were big at the time, kinda just said and did whatever they wanted. Which, by the way, you kids are probably too young to remember Vine, but let me tell you, those motherfuckers set everybody back. If you ever have time, go back and watch King Batch and that dude who did Watermelon. Your body will be filled with secondhand embarrassment and just pure offense. I remember sitting in, the corner of my room experiencing this trauma and crying. It's just so upsetting. If you're a pan-African girl out there with, a septum piercing, DM me and we can discuss our feelings about this together. Although on the flip side, I also remember watching Shane Dawson as a kid and him just straight up doing Latina face, and I didn't even bat an eye at it. And while we're on that topic, I can talk about why I brought you here today. I don't suppose any of you are familiar with an old YouTuber by the name of Joe Weller. If you're British, first of all, my condolences, you were dealt a rough hand, but you probably have heard of him, especially if you had access to YouTube in, 2015? Wherever KSI was initially popular. If you're from the rest of the world, here's a rundown of who exactly he is. Joey Baby was most well known for his football content, his WWE videos, and let's not forget his pranks, which, by the way, on UK YouTube is a recipe for millions. If you're slightly energetic and kick a ball, those dudes lap it up like kittens lap up milk. If you don't believe me, the modern example is I Show Speed. My oak just dug into that stupid character who was ignorant, and look how well that's worked out for him. But this isn't about speed, that's a topic another day. Joe was also known as being edgy, or at least as edgy as you could be for 14-year-olds. The sense of humor on his channel was kind of best described as say something slightly offensive and then pull a silly face. Again, also pretty common practice for the time. Problem is, when you're doing that style of video, escalation is inevitable. And some guys who can't distinguish between irony and straight up being offensive without being funny get lost in the sauce, if you would. Joe fell into this trap, and Joe fell hard. Because in a now since deleted YouTube video from 2014 during the Brazilian World Cup, Joey Baby in the same video did not only blackface but Asia face too. Which is just, god fucking damn, boy. Do you see how much effort went into both of those prosthetics? That has to have been done professionally. Nobody took a second and was like, dude, this is wild. Dude's literally squinting. I am almost positive he wanted to do a bar of this song in an Asian accent. Thank God someone stopped him. That would have just been too offensive. Now, as I've mentioned, there's two elements to the video itself, as after all, it is a music video, so there's a bit more than just the visuals. How is the song itself? Well, I can't lie to you guys. Part of me, selfishly, wanted it to be terrible, because then I could easily travel on for an extra 20 minutes. But that's saying you gotta separate the art from the artist. It rings true sometimes, dude. The song slaps. It does slap, genuinely.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Brasilia, football capital of the world, it'll steal your life for a night whilst you're on the edge of your seat, biting your nails, waiting for victory or defeat, and the weak don't even compete. It's the best of the best, the rest are crying trying to form a protest. Ibra, I'm talking to you, but wait, let's get back on track, cause right now, we're hitting the Brazil, we do it our way, representing the world, we're talking replay, I'm not gonna sing it till I see you got your hands up, sing it, hitting the Brazil, we do it our way, representing the world, we're talking replay, I'm not gonna sing it till I see you got your hands up, sing it, this the World Cup, emotions are flying, got the fireworks going off, Balotelli supplying, eyeing them up his Neymar, setting off the Claymore bombs.
I just noticed he said bombs when he focuses on the Japanese lad. Now, interestingly enough, this never came back to haunt Joe's career, as he's basically retired. But an interesting thing I learned while researching him was Joe was actually literally the founding father of YouTube boxing. If you carry on watching through the absolute slapper of the song, it gets to a stinky point, which obviously features KSI. He of course ruins the song like he ruins every bit of music he touches, but that's for another day.
We hear shots, gives us a good supply. Got the people cheering, screaming out to the deep base, the roof destroy the ceiling. You've been beating, be feeling in the country of Brazil, where I like to chill, where hard to get uphill. Now I'm a mill, my team I represent. What you scoring? Nil.
Yeah, apparently at one point these two lads were very good friends, and originally these two were the ones who kicked off the whole YouTuber fight thing. You know the story from here. It kind of escalated to the point that everybody and their mother is trying to step in the ring to beat the hell out of one another. But I just found that really fascinating. How one can go on to do as many things as he has, you know, have a very successful music career through the work of the devil, I can only assume, probably be a billionaire through his sports drink company, and run the most successful YouTube group in the whole UK alongside his mate. Whereas the other sent himself into exile voluntarily. It's a strange world we live in. Just how so many people can care about you and just not. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Legally you have to subscribe or I will make you listen to KSI's music. I'll see you later. Bye bye.